welcome Memoir viewers, and if I sound like shit, it's because I feel like it. I'm one of the amazing people who can manage to get a cold in the middle of summer. So there we go. But today I'm going to be talking about my personal self-image of myself, and I'm all for people feeling happy about themselves or whatever, but unfortunately I can't, because I am a very fucked up human being, as we've covered. But I've had problems with the way I've looked since as long as I can remember. I don't think I've ever had a time where I liked the way I looked. So, but the reasons for wanting to look different have always been different throughout my life. So, when I was a kid, I used to be super skinny, and so, but I was convinced that if, it's complicated, because I'm going off of vague memory and what other people told me, so it's very hard to be completely truthful. Well, not truthful. It is truthful as far as I'm aware, but it's very hard to be. What's the word? It's very hard for me to explain. That's the word. Basically, when I was a kid, I was really skinny, but my brother and my mum, neither of them were. They both enjoyed food, and they both were quite large. They had very low activity levels as well, and so I decided that I didn't want to be like them, so I chose not to. But that also meant that I didn't eat as much as I should have done, and I was also super active. I don't think there was very much time from me waking up in the morning to me going out, and I don't think I always ate breakfast. I mean, I probably did, but I would go out and I'd be out for most of the day, and me and my friend would be walking around or playing or doing something all day long, no matter what the weather was. And so I was constantly just burning off anything I ate, and I was also kind of a hyperactive child, and so my metabolism was pretty high as well. And then it got to a point where I wouldn't eat, but we're still not going on to a food topic yet because I don't really want to. But I didn't really eat, and it got to a very kind of rocky phase with me and my mother, because we were at odds against who was supposed to be eating what. But anyway, we're not talking about food, we're talking about body image. And so this not eating very much, but then also doing lots and lots of exercise, not even exercise, it was just being really active. Flash forward to being 10, mother dies, and my energy cuts off. I stop wanting to do anything. It's a case of just struggling to get out of bed, let alone, running around. Add in the fact that my friend was also older than me, which meant that she wasn't all that interested in, playing run-around games. It's just sort of like, what's the point? That's when the depression hit, and I stopped moving around, and I started eating more, which, as we're all aware, means there's not as many calories being burnt, which means that you start to put on weight. And from the ages of like 10 to 11 and a half, it wasn't that big of a deal, because I was too sort of mentally fucked from losing my mother to really pay much attention. And then puberty really hit. I mean, I'd started puberty when I was like 11, because that's when my period started and everything. But puberty hit hard, and my metabolism pretty much cut out. And the bullying got worse, and so I ate more. I got very addicted to chocolate. And it just, my self-esteem, which was already pretty low, was just sort of, it did a nosedive and went straight to hell. And obviously, as I started using food as a coping mechanism, I hated myself even more. And then as puberty hit, my chest grew a lot more, and it kept growing and wouldn't stop. I'm not entirely sure it has stopped even now when I'm 20 years old, but that's not the point. And it was so obvious how much bigger my chest was in comparison to the other girls, especially when we had to get changed for PE. And it just made me really uncomfortable. And then, obviously, as I was gaining weight, I got fatter, and kids love to point that out. Especially in changing rooms, because it's so fucking obvious, because you just end up, you know, in your underwear. But the point of this video is that there's a reason I don't have the camera shot below here, and it's because I hate the way I look. I can't stand myself. And you can also add in all the fact that I don't like the way I think or feel about most things as well. And so doing this, you'd think, why are you doing it? Because, you know, it's a lot of it's a lot of showing yourself. But it's also a case of, I'm doing this to try and get better. And for the most part, my head isn't quite as dark as it was, even though, which sounds really stupid because I've only done like 8 videos. But already, talking to a camera and, you know, allowing myself to think and feel the way I do, it's helping me to hate myself less, if that makes any sense. But when I say I don't like myself, I hate myself, it's not just my size or my weight, because those are changeable things. But I hate my chest. I fucking hate it. I have thoughts about stabbing myself in the chest and twisting the knife in them so that the doctors have to reduce them. They are uncomfortable, they are painful, and they make me feel like I'm fatter than I am, or bigger than I am, in anything other than skin-tight clothing, because the material just hits them and then drops. It doesn't, you know. But anyway. But then I hate wearing skin-tight clothing because it makes me feel even bigger than I am, because it's quite obvious, because you know, you're showing off everything. And my family, we've got the typical childbearing bodies, or at least the women do, and so my hips are wide, you know, my chest is wide, all that sort of thing. It's all designed for childbearing, and for someone who doesn't want kids at all, it's really inconvenient because I'm well aware that, you know, you see the models on TV and whatever, and they're not how women are supposed to look. Well, they are supposed to look that, but they're not the majority of women. But it's also just a pain in the ass to buy clothing, because of my chest, I'm automatically like 2 sizes bigger than I am, and my hips are too wide to wear those trunking trousers. And I've also got thunder thighs, which I'm kind of used to now, but growing up it was just a horrible, horrible thing. Especially when I got onto things on my website, but we're not going into that now. But yeah, I've got thunder thighs as well, which means that I'm trying to buy clothes. Brain fog. And so it means that trying on clothing means I have to go up another couple of sizes, because then the material's not stretchy enough. But my thunder thighs aren't going to go anywhere, even when I was at my slimmest. They're just too built. So unless I literally starved myself, and so that to the point of my body just ate away all the muscle, my thighs aren't going to get any slimmer. I'm never going to have a thigh gap, and I'm quite used to that now. But it's just... I don't like myself. I've never liked myself. And people have tried to tell me things, you know, you're pretty, you're this, you're that, and I'm just like, but I'm not. And I find it impossible most of the time to actually accept people are saying, if people are saying nice things to me, because I think they're just lying, or they're trying to make me feel good, and I don't get it. And so, for instance, people try and tell me that I look really pretty, or that when I'd lost weight, that, you know, you'd lost weight, and it's like, that doesn't help me, because I still see myself in a really bad light. And surprisingly enough, the only part of me that I do like is my hair, which is really strange, because I do lots of things, so my hair would probably damage it. But then I also do quite little things that keep it alive, so I don't use heat treatments on it. Like, the only time it ever gets blow dried is when I'm at the hairdresser's, but that's just because that's part of the whole cut and style thing. But I've got scars that, to me, are so noticeable because I know they're there. And other people are like, I didn't even see that until you pointed it out, and it's like, well yeah, but now you see it. And I know that I pointed it out, but it's like, well now you know it's there, you're gonna just see that. And I'm pretty sure it's not even that obvious on the videos, because I don't look in that detail at myself, I mostly listen to the audio when I'm editing. But I have a scar there, and I have a scar there, and, you know, that one's probably from being a clumsy child, but that one's because I had to have surgery. And then I hate having to wear glasses, but I'm blind as a bat without them. And what was the point of this video? It wasn't really much of a point, it was just, I hate the way I look. I always have. And I don't want to think that I always will, but I probably will. Because me and my body are not friends. There's always something I want to change about it, and I mean, I've tried, you know, making affirmations and saying them to myself, but it doesn't work. Not for me. Because my brain, I'm pretty sure I'd have to have a whole fucking brain transplant in order to like myself. Because I see myself in the mirror and I'm just like, that thing's wrong. That bit's wrong. That's all wrong, we need to do that. And it's like, once again, it's an argument in my head about logic versus emotion, and emotion always wins. I don't like myself, but logically I know that I don't look as bad as I think I do, which is pretty confusing to anyone else. But to me, I logically know that I am not ugly. That sounds really conceited. But I know I'm not ugly, logically. But emotionally, I'm all kinds of fucked up and at war with myself. And I think the only reason I like my hair so much is because I don't even know, because my hair is the most pain in the ass thing of my life. It's too straight to do anything with. It doesn't it won't hold hair clips. It tries to drop hair bands without. I'm constantly having to retie my hair. And it won't curl, it won't wave, it doesn't do anything, even if you put hairspray in. And yet somehow I love it because I don't know. I love my hair. But it's the only part of me that I can willingly say that I love. Yeah. My hair's the only thing I like about myself, even though it's the biggest pain in my ass in my life. But like, when I was in secondary school, going through puberty, a lot of other people, they kept getting spots and breakouts and everything. I think I was quite lucky in the fact that, despite the fact that my diet was absolute dog shit and I didn't drink water, and I didn't have a skincare routine, still don't, my skin was clear 95% of the time. Occasionally I'd get a breakout and end up with like 7 spots on my face, but that was nothing, that was the most I got. And so I was quite lucky in that fact, but that wasn't important to me. Like, I don't even know. Oh, me and self-image are very fucked up together. Anyway, I'm gonna pretty much cut this video short because I feel like shit and I just want to go to sleep. Even though I shouldn't sleep now because then my sleep schedule will be even more fucked up than it already is, which is probably the cause of this sucking cold. But thank you for watching. Peace out. I'll see you in the next vlog. Goodbye. So, are you done phasing out? It's very annoying. What are you doing? Is it that? Is that what's bugging you? We good?